Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good afternoon, ma'am. Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon, Daksh. Can we have
Ma'am.
Yes, Amar.
Ma'am, today we'll start new chapter.
Good afternoon.
Ma'am.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon, beta. Punika.
Ma'am, nobody's voice is coming.
Not possible.
Ma'am,
Everybody
I'm rejoining. Ma'am, nobody's voice is coming.
can join. Problems.
Ma'am, today ma'am we will start new chapter. Chapter number 6.
What is the name of the chapter?
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, water and its circulation.
Yes. Water and its circulation.
Circulation.
What do you know about water? What is water?
Ma'am, a mixture of hydrogen and oxygen.
Ma'am, when we will take the revision.
No,
Revisions.
ma'am has said that we will start new chapter. Then after
Yes.
that we will do the revision.
Just asking the start when we will do
revision.
not saying that,
ma'am.
Good afternoon.
Ma'am, how are you feeling? Good afternoon, ma'am.
How are you,
ma'am?
do the revision.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon. How is everyone doing?
Ma'am, how are you? I'm fine.
How are you?
Ma'am, how are you feeling?
afternoon,
Ma'am, the
ma'am.
schools are opening.
Oh, I'm very happy to see all the bright and smiling faces. After so long, we'll be meeting each other, isn't it?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Ma'am, now you are audible.
Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
you are
Yes,
very
ma'am,
clear.
now everyone is audible.
Ah,
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
good afternoon. Good afternoon.
morning, ma'am.
Good afternoon.
Afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon. They keep on coming till the end of
Ma'am, in our body the water is covered with 70%. 30%, 100% not full.
Okay, fine. Let me see what you know about water. I'll ask you a few things, okay?
Okay, ma'am.
Ma'am, please have a revision.
After this chapter, no, 15th October, you have your exams. 15th October. 1 month is there. Full 1 month.
1 month.
Ma'am, the syllabus can be more also.
Can you?
But that
What syllabus will be
combining all
only
three
given?
subjects.
No, seriously. Is it going to be more? I'm going to die if it's going to be more, then how much is it?
Today is 15 only. Ma'am,
Okay.
this is too much. Ma'am,
Ria, good morning. Ria, good afternoon.
Oh, good afternoon. Sorry.
How are you doing?
Good, thank you. How are you?
I am good. Did you introduce yourself to your classmates?
I think they know who I am by 3 days. Yeah, so
Okay.
I don't need any introduction. I might as well introduce myself in the first day.
Okay, that's so good. Fine. So how are you finding the classes, Ria?
Fine, apart from Hindi, it's quite confusing, but it works out.
Okay,
Rest of the subjects, I'm absolutely comfortable,
fine.
apart from Hindi.
How do you find geography, Ria?
And I'm actually good at geography.
Okay, that's so good. So, you are more into physical geography or in the political wala part you are good?
Physical geography.
Okay.
Ma'am,
That's-
I love political geography.
Okay, so what do you know, Ria, about physical geography of India? What do you know about the physical divisions of India? Do you know anything?
Not many things, but I can catch up because I'm really good at geography. That's what I believe.
Okay, that's really very nice. Fine.
Ma'am, I love political geography or especially of world.
Okay, political geography, especially of world. That's nice.
Ma'am, I love valleys.
Okay, Ria,
Yes.
have you got the book set with you? Geography?
Yes.
You have? Fine. Did you go through the chapters which are there?
No, not full. Not in geography, but in different subjects. I have already went through all the chapters and even memorized and did something with a chapter.
Why this
But
discrimination? Why this discrimination with geography only?
Because I'm quite weak with other subjects, and I believe I can do geography very well. That's why.
That's
It's a bit like the same thing for maths. I study Hindi more. I'm just studying the subjects I can fall off from, like Hindi. I can fail in Hindi. So I'm subject Hindi.
No,
the
no,
most.
your Hindi teachers are really, they are brilliant teachers. They will not let you fall down in Hindi, you know.
Yes.
They'll support you a lot. Don't
Ma'am, Riti
worry.
ma'am is very good.
Yes, all the
Yes.
teachers, beta. हम किसी particular teacher के बारे में we are not talking, right? We are talking about all the teachers.
Mom Kamlender sir.
There's no
Ma'am,
discrimination.
Sadhana ma'am, right?
No discrimination.
And
It's
Sadhana
just-
ma'am, Riti ma'am.
Okay. Ria
Ma'am,
doesn't
Pankaj sir.
know who is Kamlin sir because Kamlin sir does not. She has opted for
ma'am.
French. She has opted for
Sorry?
French. So you have opted for French, no, as the second subject.
Yes. I would have died if I had Sanskrit.
Okay.
I don't know the letters of Hindi. I don't. How will I learn the letters of Sanskrit?
Yeah,
I already know
I-
French. I'm fluent in French, so
Yeah,
that's why I chose
understand.
French.
I understand.
You said
Yes.
that the exams are on 15.
Yes.
Ma'am,
15.
but
so-
on 15 there is Dashera.
So
Beta, I didn't say that 15th only, but I said somewhere around 15th.
Satvik, ma'am has said from 10 October also.
15
If you
I
were
know, ma'am is saying
Exams are
around
starting, ma'am.
50.
Exams are starting from
No.
15 for a geography
From
exam.
10.
If
Or somewhere.
if Dashera is on 15th,
So we will start
Ma'am,
from
can
10.
you tell what
After
we are doing
Dashera,
after 15?
was
It is
there a
possibility
Dashera?
that exams are there.
Okay, let us not discuss about the exams. Let us focus on
Yes,
what
ma'am.
we have come to.
Focus on chapter. Water and subjects.
Yes. Okay.
Ma'am, I always forget which chapter we are on.
Acha.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes, bacha, speak up. Rishit.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes, beta, speak up. Bacha, I'm listening.
Ma'am, please tell me what we are doing.
Right now, we were discussing about different things, but just now we will start with the new chapter of geography, that is water and its circulation. Fine. What-
Ma'am, I have to study more and more, ma'am, because you have taught 5 chapters and I have just revised 4 only.
You need to be thorough with the chapter. Ultimately, answers you'll be able to.
Ma'am, I have completed my
Ma'am, we will-
chapter 5. Ma'am, I don't, I never ever learned the answers. I just read the chapter in between.
Yes,
so ma'am, I
ma'am.
got the answers already.
Like ma'am in UTs, I just
Yes, ma'am.
read the chapter. I just learned them by heart, and I didn't even open my notebook.
That is why.
And-
No,
I'm same
Yes,
with me.
ma'am, it's happening.
Because what is the
Ma'am, I never open my notebook. Ma'am, I always open my
Ma'am, in my last school, it was like that. Just open the notebook, just learn the answer as much as you
No, no.
can. And I was like,
no.
then also I used to forget the answers. So here I felt very big change in myself.
Excuse me,
It's
ma'am.
only, no, it's
Why to
just
write
only.
question and
There
answers,
is no
ma'am?
point.
Ma'am,
There
so
is no
why to
point.
write
Magila.
question and answers?
Only the questions and
Excuse me, ma'am.
True.
Okay, can
Excuse
we
me,
have
ma'am?
Ria? Can we have Ria with the cameras open?
Oh yes.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes, beta.
Ma'am, I think if we will ma'am start new chapter, so we'll forget the things of the
No, you
last
will
chapter.
not. You will not. You will not. You will enjoy. Okay,
No,
fine.
we will not.
Fine. Okay. Let Ria answer this question which I am
Excuse me,
asking.
ma'am.
Yes, bacha. Ahmad, please speak up.
I'm going to be very
Ma'am, I
nervous if
haven't
people ask
opened
me.
my notebook once to learn the question answer.
Because you have
Ma'am, I've never.
you maybe you are thorough with the chapter, no? That is why, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, very good. Fine, Ria.
Yes.
See,
Okay.
Earth is referred. Listen, class. Earth is referred to as a watery planet. Now, why do you think Earth is called as a watery planet?
Because it's the only planet with water in it.
Because
Ma'am, because I constitute of 70% water.
Because that, ma'am,
Ma'am,
this is
71%
of water
water.
that can
71.
support.
we have
71.
Ma'am,
so
the
71% of water is on
71% of water.
and remaining.
Ma'am, all are speaking, ma'am, at the same time.
one
so
by one.
Just
Ma'am.
addition
yes,
to something. It's just
Yes.
addition. Okay, someone said it. Earth has 70% of water. He's incorrect. It's 71%.
71%. Yes.
Yes, ma'am, it's 71.
71% of water.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Ma'am, it's
Yes.
71.
Fine.
Ma'am, now it has increased to
Excuse me, ma'am.
72 because half of the Greenland is sinking in water.
Yes. See, because of the global warming, the ice caps that we are having on the polars, they are melting, right?
And ma'am, Greenland has recorded its first rainfall in this year.
Yes. In this?
So it's because global temperature is increasing.
Yes.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes,
Ma'am.
Ma'am, it
yes,
is,
Sarah.
ma'am, it is saying.
Yes, Sarah. Sarah has to say something.
Ma'am, I have to say something.
Yes, okay,
Ma'am,
Sarah.
I have to.
Bacha, wait a second.
Ma'am,
Yes, Arthur.
ma'am, we have completed with the syllabus, ma'am, so we can start with the revisions.
No, Bacha, we'll start with the revisions only after we complete the 6th chapter, right? Right?
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. Do you know, class, what is a water cycle?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Yes,
Okay.
Yes.
excuse me, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Only raise your hands. Those who know what is a water cycle, raise your hands. I'll see it in the window. Fine? Yes. Fine. Can we have Arshia?
Technically or physically?
No, technically I said. No, raise your hands. I'll check in the window, I said.
Okay.
Fine. So can we have Arshia telling what is water cycle?
Ma'am, a water cycle is a continuous change of water, a cycle of water, continuous change of water from one physical state to another.
Okay. What Zara has to say about water cycle?
Ma'am, the same that it's just a
No.
continuous
We
movement
never
of
say
water.
same. We never say same. We always tell. Fine. With me, the clauses you have to tell the answer, right? Yes. What is water cycle? Beta, already Daksh, many countries, many places, many places in our country itself, there is a shortage of water. People, there are many states in our country where small regions of those districts, where people, they go, long distances to fetch water.
Ma'am, I have a
Ma'am, one can be
Ma'am, I have a
Chennai.
question.
Okay, Sarah, can
Yeah.
we have you telling what is water cycle?
Okay, ma'am. Ma'am, a water cycle is a continuous circulation in which all the three states of water can be changed by different processes.
Okay, suppose I am a class 1 child. I don't know what is water cycle. How will you explain me water cycle? Yes, Sarah.
Ma'am,
Ma'am, can I?
Ma'am, first I will
Yeah.
tell you. A water cycle is a type of cycle circulation in which three solid matters, three matters of water can be changed: water, liquid, and gas. Liquid, solid, and gas. In which first step is evaporation. The water is evaporated from the seas, ocean, lakes, ponds, etc., and then becomes the cloud. The cloud, when that is something heavier, so it will condense, and after it will more heavier, so the water from the clouds came out, and it will follow precipitation, and after that this cycle will be followed. Ma'am, this whole cycle will be followed.
Okay, fine. So in a nutshell, we can say that water cycle is a process which involves evaporation, condensation, precipitation, right?
And ma'am,
Right?
we can say transpiration also, can we?
Yes. I'm coming to that also. And because the evaporation also takes place from the leaves of the plant. So that is transpiration. That process is called as transpiration, right? So when we talk of the water cycle, we are actually talking about the various processes that comprise that water cycle, this water cycle, right? Evaporation, condensation, precipitation, and transpiration, right? Am I right, class?
Yes.
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 Yes, ma'am.
Fine. So see, sometimes, when I used to take junior classes, I still remember children used to ask, ki, ma'am, how does the water come back to the surface of the earth? When we use water, it goes, in the tanks, then from there, it
From
seeps inside the ground. Yes. So how do we get it back? Why the sources of water are never empty? Why they're always full of water? Why seas have water every time? Why rivers are not, why rivers do not dry up? So it is because of the process of water cycle that we are able to get back the water, right? So water we can say is a renewable resource, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Fine.
Yes, ma'am, we could.
Fine. So
Ma'am,
we know
I have a
about water cycle. See, water cycle is the process that ensures renewability of water on the surface of earth, right?
Yes.
Okay. Then earth is known as the watery planet because of the availability of water on it, right?
Yes.
Apart from the continents that we have several water bodies in the form of oceans and seas, right?
Yes, ma'am. In the form of ice caps also.
Yes, I'm coming to that.
Ma'am?
Okay. Then see, when we talk of the liquid part, we know that rivers are there, lakes are there, ponds are there, right? Waterfalls are there, streams are there. But when we talk of the solid water that is available on the surface of the earth, the ice caps that we have in the polar region,
Reasons.
right?
Ma'am, I just want to ask one thing.
Yes, bacha.
Ma'am, it is said that if the ice caps will melt, so ma'am, the land got like
Land will
yes,
get
ma'am.
submerged in that water.
Yes, ma'am, submerged.
Yes.
Ma'am, so ma'am, is this correct or not?
Yes, it is correct. See, imagine ice caps throughout, for several years they have covered the mountains. Now when they will melt, what will happen? All of a sudden the level of the water will increase, and when the level of water will increase, what will happen? The dams and the rivers, they will overflow, and when they will overflow, what they will do? They will damage, they will flood the areas where they are flowing, and ultimately what will happen?
Ma'am, will the Mount Everest will also captured with that?
No, but whatever accumulation of snow we have on the Himalayas or the other mountains that we have in the world, which are in the colder regions, if they get melted, then of course there will be an overflow of water, and in that overflowing, everything will get drowned in that, right?
And ma'am,
Um,
what about permafrost?
mountain also.
Ma'am, permafrost is also a way of water. Ma'am, permafrost.
What is that?
Ma'am, the
Ma'am,
mud which
permafrost
is
is a
frozen.
layer of ice, ma'am, on some areas like Antarctica. Ma'am, like that is a layer of ice
Below the ground
which
of
covers the
Ma'am,
land.
Yes. Ma'am, Russia, and ma'am, it is
Ma'am,
mixed
that
with
is
mud.
permafrost.
Ma'am, it is mixed with mud.
It is mixed with
Permafrost.
mud. Yes.
Mud.
But then do we have
countries, Siberia, Russia, and Antarctica.
Okay.
Excuse me.
Siberia.
Yes, Ria.
I missed a few parts of your talk of your lecture because my internet was bad. Would you mind repeating?
Yeah, you can keep your cameras closed, no issues.
No. Would you mind repeating?
I didn't get you.
Would you mind repeating what you said?
Just now,
Because
what I
I
said.
Ma'am, she just want to say that, can you repeat that you want to say?
Like what? What exactly? The thing that I was talking about when Sarah was asking this question, or anything else?
The iceberg question, yeah.
That ice one.
Yeah.
She was asking. Sarah was asking that what will happen. Like she said that, ma'am, if all the ice that is there, if it melts, what will happen? So what do you think? What will happen if all the ice accumulation that we have, it melts? Will it be it will be devastating for the people or not?
Sorry?
Will it be devastating for the people or not?
What's devastating?
Means will it be harmful for the people? It will be disastrous. It will be disastrous. Yes, it will be disastrous because the areas, the land will get submerged into the water. And what imagine we are living on the land, what will happen to us? We will also get drowned in the water.
Submerged.
Right?
From water.
Right? Yes.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes, Bacha Daksh.
Ma'am, I want to tell you one thing.
Please tell.
Ma'am, the person can live without eating 10 days, but the person cannot live without water.
Yes. Same is with your Shashi ma'am also. I cannot live without.
And ma'am, yes, ma'am. And ma'am, one thing I want to ask.
Yes.
Ma'am, in this chapter, we will learn about islands also.
See, there are several things that we are going to learn in this chapter, but particularly what we are going to read in this chapter is about the water, how the water is distributed.
Ma'am, we
about
can
the
live
ocean
one day.
currents,
You will
about the
learn
ocean, about
Ma'am,
the
you know
ocean
how
currents,
you will learn it in
various
detail.
oceans, various seas of the world, right? Right? Then
Ma'am,
why
can I
oceans are
just
important?
ask
Why tides are important? What are the effects of ocean currents? Everything we are going to read in this chapter. It is a very interesting chapter. You will thoroughly enjoy this chapter. You know?
Ma'am,
Okay,
you know we can live ma'am 24 hours without drinking water.
No, I cannot.
Ma'am, because like ma'am, we live. Ma'am, our hometown is Allahabad, and ma'am, there is a Brat Hartalika Tees or like that,
Right,
and
right.
in which ma'am,
No water.
in which the wives are wives take fast. Ma'am,
Ah.
for the husbands, and they have to don't eat any food or water. And ma'am, just if they want, so ma'am, they can drink the water after 12.
They generally, you know, in this Hartalika Teej, almost after 24 hours they take water. Almost.
Yes, and ma'am, no food. Ma'am, no food is giving.
Not even food, not even water.
That is willingly
Yes.
everyone keeps, no? Yes.
My mother also do this.
Yes.
So
Ma'am,
Fine. Okay. Okay. These are very tough, you know, rituals that are to be practiced, but then only with the concern of the person. It is not.
Yes.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Ma'am, if they want to,
Yes.
so ma'am, they will.
Yes. Fine.
Ma'am, I have a
Vrinda is
Ma'am, I can live without
What?
food, ma'am, 24 hours, but not for water.
I cannot
it is
live without, not even
clearly
without food,
visible
not
that
even
you
without
cannot
water.
live without water.
Okay. Do you know the places? Do you know the places which are closer to the ocean or the water bodies? They have a moderate temperature.
Yes, ma'am,
Yes,
like
ma'am.
coastal
because
areas,
of sea breeze and
Chennai,
land breeze.
ma'am, Andaman,
Ma'am,
Nicobar,
because of
ma'am,
land breeze and
Lakshadweep,
sea
of
breeze.
Bombay.
and
Ma'am, like
Port,
Mumbai,
Ma'am,
Chennai,
when
etc.
Port
oh,
Blair.
my sister lives in Mumbai, so whenever she call me in
Coastal
winters
area.
on video call, ma'am, me and my mother see that they are wearing just half t-shirts and shorts, and ma'am, the fan is on, and ma'am, the AC also,
Ma'am,
ma'am,
like
sometimes the
Maharashtra.
AC also.
Beta, page is
Ma'am,
136. We have not started even the reading, but just the introduction part we are doing. Right? Now, see, in the previous chapter that we read, I told you about why the places which are closer to the ocean bodies or the water bodies or the seas, they have a moderate temperature, neither very hot nor very cold. It is because of the land breeze and the sea breeze that have an moderating effect on the nearby areas, right? I hope you remember that.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
Daksh.
Ma'am, we have read that.
Ma'am, in South, like there are, ma'am, areas, Chennai,
Yes.
Visakhapatnam, ma'am, the Port Blair, the ma'am, capital of ma'am, Andaman Nicobar.
Yes.
So, ma'am, they are, ma'am, moderate
They
climate.
have moderate temperature, yes, moderate climatic condition. And beta, Andaman and Nicobar, they are the islands, right? They are the islands. They are situated in the middle of the water body.
Yes, ma'am.
Excuse me, ma'am.
If all the ice and all melts, so ma'am, Andaman and Nicobar islands will be vanished.
What? If excessive water comes,
Yes,
then
ma'am.
of course, you know, some part of Indra Point, it got submerged into water during the tsunamis that happened. You have heard of tsunami that came?
Ma'am, some islands have become
Yes, ma'am,
extinct in
in
the past
Kedarnath.
years, past 1,000 years.
Ma'am,
Kedarnath
in
was
Kedarnath,
not
flood.
tsunami.
Ma'am,
Kedarnath was
flood.
because
Ma'am,
of
it
the
is flood.
floods,
Right.
right? But
Ma'am, because of flood.
Ma'am,
Indira
ma'am,
Point,
a
Indira Point
cloud
is the
was burst out.
yes, the Indira Point that we have. It is the southernmost part of the Indian Union. So that got submerged during the tsunamis of 2004.
So, ma'am,
Ma'am, ma'am, I have
how that the clouds burst like doom,
How do
like
the
this?
when the clouds become too heavy with the
because
water?
of excess water.
Yes, because of the excess water that
Ma'am,
they.
I have a question.
Yes, beta, please
Ma'am,
ask.
ma'am, the reason behind ma'am, the reason behind ma'am, like, ma'am, why does ma'am Bihar have flood every year? Ma'am,
Beta,
does it
because
ma'am, because it is situated because it is situated of five rivers, ma'am,
yeah,
like
it is
five
because
rivers.
of the. I'll tell you, Weber. It is because of the Kosi River. You must have heard, like in your GK, you people must have read that why Kosi is known as the sorrow of Bihar. Kosi
Yes,
River,
ma'am.
it is known
Ma'am,
as the
Bihar is
sorrow.
behind
That's
Nepal.
wait, beta, wait. It is known as sorrow of Bihar because of the reasons that every time when the monsoons are there, this river it overflows with water and drowns the nearby areas which are there. So every year in Bihar, people die. Lot many people die, and there is damage of property because of the
Kosi.
Kosi River, because of the overflowing. Even Brahmaputra, Brahmaputra, every year when the monsoons are there, Brahmaputra overflows and the nearby
And
areas
ma'am,
they get.
four
Yes, yes, Weber.
and ma'am, four more rivers are passes through Bihar. Ma'am, two of them are ma'am Gomti and I think so Gomti and Gandak.
Gomti Gandhak is also there. Ghagra is also
Yes,
there, I believe.
yes,
Ghagra
ma'am.
is also
Gagra is.
there.
Yes,
Ghagra is
ma'am.
also there.
Ma'am, in like Allahabad, ma'am, in Allahabad there is mandir, ma'am, Lete Hanumanji, and ma'am, in that ma'am, every year the Ganga ji came, and ma'am, just like they captured the area of that ma'am.
See, when we talk of the other rivers which flow in Bihar, Son, Gagra, and Gandhak. These are the three other rivers along with Kosi, which flow
Okay,
in
ma'am.
Bihar. That is why every year Bihar is under the floods, right?
Okay, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, very good. Fine. Next. Now tell me why the river waters are sweet and why the ocean waters are saline.
Ma'am,
Can
because
you
they
tell?
come from the directly melting
Because
ice. Ma'am, that's the fresh
Because
form
the
of water.
rivers came
ma'am,
from the ice
ma'am,
caps that are
glacier
in the
water has
mountain,
uh,
and ma'am,
the basket water.
Yeah, wait. Bacha, wait. You like one by one. You have to tell. No, who will tell? Weber will tell why the ocean water is saline. Wait. Okay,
Yes,
Dharya,
ma'am.
Dharya. Tell Dharya why the ocean
Ma'am,
water is saline and why the river water is not as salty as the ocean water is. Yes, Dharya.
ma'am, because the river water is fresh, not salty. Because when the water evaporates, the salt do not goes up,
Get evaporate.
and ma'am, during precipitation over glaciers and all, and ma'am, in rivers also, the rainwater only comes, and ma'am, that water is not salty because that is the
Ma'am,
water
can I
which
tell
contains.
why
Can
ocean water is saline?
yes, Weber. You are asking something.
Ma'am, no, ma'am, I want to tell the history why the ocean water is saline.
Tell.
Ma'am,
Yes, Weber. Tell please.
ma'am, when the earth was forming, when the formation of earth was going on, so ma'am, when the water present on the earth came and by the meteorites, and when the meteorite which hit the earth, they also contain minerals. Like one of the mineral was also salt. So ma'am, when they hit the surface of the earth, Ma'am, it forms water, and water contains various mineral like magnesium,
That's
chloride,
nothing. It's just
salt,
because of
and
the rain on weather. That's
and they are interaction between.
Wait, Sarah, wait. Let him finish. Yes, Weber.
And ma'am, when the like the meteorite containing mineral like salt and magnesium chloride and etc. hit, so ma'am they mix up with this water, and like they now the water is saline, and the river's water is salt sweet, because whenever the like water cycle takes place, so the water the clouds like the monsoon in India, the monsoon season comes, and every year it precipitates in India, and in the mountain region it precipitates in the form of snow, and when the snow melts it goes into the rivers, and the river and ma'am, uh, whenever the water evaporates, it does not contain any salt, because salt is heavier, and when the water is evaporates it goes without the salt, and whenever it precipitates, so there is no kind of salt in it. So this can be the one of the major reasons why river water is sweet and ocean
Why
water
the
is
ocean water is
saline.
salty? Okay. Can we have Ria answering this question? Ria, can you hear me?
Which question?
This, why the ocean waters are salty and why the river waters are not as salty as the ocean waters are.
I don't know.
You didn't hear what Vaibhav told and what Dhere told?
I did.
You didn't understand what they said?
Yeah, I didn't understand.
Okay. See, we all know that the oceans. Okay, anybody else who would like to tell this answer? Okay, Sarah.
Ma'am, which question?
Same. Yes, Sarah.
okay. Fresh water are not salty because they are formed from glaciers, and after that they meet in the seas. And ma'am, while the ocean waters are salty because ma'am, that is because ma'am, the weather rocks releasing a mineral salt, ma'am, that are found near the oceans. So ma'am, that's why the oceans are salty.
Okay, Hamad, you would like to answer?
Um,
Ma'am,
ma'am,
ma'am, the ocean is, ma'am, the ocean water is salty because it contains minerals and also the real salt and salt rocks are taken out from the oceans also.
See, we all know that these oceans, they are the main source of the ocean water is the glaciers, right? These glaciers, when they melt and when they come towards the land, now there, because of the evaporation process that takes place and the minerals that are in the water, they tend to act, because they are salty. The amount of sodium chloride that we have, the common salt, it is very high in the ocean water, along with the magnesium chloride, magnesium sulfate, and the calcium sulfate. So because of the presence of these minerals, the ocean water tends to be salty. Do you know Dead Sea has the
Yes, ma'am.
maximum salinity in it?
Yes,
And
ma'am.
that's why we can't
We
Ma'am,
cannot swim in the Dead Sea.
yes,
You
ma'am.
can
Ma'am, because the
walk.
density is higher.
Yes, you can
Density
walk
is higher
on
because
Dead
of
Sea.
salt.
Yes, beta.
Ma'am, because the density of salt is higher. Ma'am,
Yes,
in the Dead Sea.
because the Dead Sea is closer to equator and the evaporation process is comparatively very high over there, and because of the excessive evaporation that takes place, the water gets evaporated and the salt part is only there in that sea. That is
And then
why
we can also make her Dead Sea.
Ma'am,
But in
it's all white, like
it's quite
white.
white. You know, long back, I used to watch.
Ma'am, excuse me.
Yes, Punita.
Ma'am, I want to ask a doubt. I have a doubt. Actually, sometimes when we go any state, like Agra, you can take the example like Agra.
Right,
So, ma'am, when we go to Nani's house, so then the water is coming salty. Why? Can you please tell me? SQ.
SQ, okay. Your question will be answered. Anybody in the class who can tell why when she goes to Agra at her granny's place, why she has to, you know, have that salty water? Can you tell?
Agra is in plain, ma'am.
Because ground water is also salty.
Beta Agra, Punita, I'll tell you one thing. Agra, because of the industry.
Agra is side of Gwalior, Madhya Pradesh.
Agra is the site of what?
Ma'am, Agra and Gwalior, ma'am, they are, ma'am, means, ma'am, pass mein.
Closer to each other?
Ma'am.
No, exactly. I don't know. I don't know exactly.
No, ma'am, they are not closer to each other.
No, they are closer.
Yes, ma'am, because Gwalior is in Madhya Pradesh.
Wait, to Gwalior is in.
Ma'am, but ma'am, it is closer, ma'am.
What is closer to each other?
No, it is not closer. Ma'am, it is closer.
What is closer?
I can prove.
How can you prove?
So prove it.
Arey, Kavya, wait. Okay, I'll tell you. See, because of the industries that we have, no, the industrial waste that is thrown in the Yamuna, no, because of that, the water that you get is salty. Right, Punita?
Ma'am, like water in Delhi. Ma'am, it is
Yes.
salty.
Like the water that we have in Delhi, it is so polluted that, you know, there are big filter plants that have been installed by the government to ensure proper filtration of the water. Right?
The
And
water
ma'am,
is very
teachers-
clean. I
ma'am-
have seen when I go to Delhi, so when I wash my hands or drink of water, it's too clean. The taste, like we will eat the water, so sometimes dirty or that one, but there is no, the clean water is there.
Fine. Now
Ma'am,
your answer,
ma'am,
your question. Yes, beta.
And the water which is supplied by the municipal corporation in Delhi, ma'am, the TDS of that water is 150, and when we will purify that water by an RO, and the water TDS will be 70.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
Go from the toll road. So, ma'am, the timing is
Yes,
from
Priya.
Agra to.
What
Weber.
said, yeah, repeat what he said because it was not so clear.
He's saying that if the TDS, the purity of the water, when it is measured as 125, and he's saying that when we purify it, then after purifying it in the RO, you know about the ROs, no? So when you
What is
purify
RO?
that, anybody who can tell what is RO to Ria?
Water purifier.
Filter.
Water purifier.
Filter.
That we use
And
at
water
home.
purifier.
How do you know?
Filter.
It is a water purifier. It is a water purifier, Ria.
Okay.
Right? So when you purify that water which is 125
Sorry, pardon. I can't hear anything when everyone just jumps into each other and start talking at the same time. It's a bit unclear.
See, Weber said that when 125 TDS of water is purified in an RO, in that case, the water purity goes to 70 TDS. That
Okay.
means all the toxics, all the minerals which are not required by the body, they are thrown by the system. And only the content that is required by the body is given by the RO as drinking water. So
Okay.
here he was talking about the purity of the water that we
Okay.
generally drink, right? Okay. Less than 1 minute is left. Class is about to get over. So I hope brainstorming was
Bye,
good,
ma'am.
right? This